Hello everyone, and welcome to my Young and Restless official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. According to the Young and the Restless synopsis on Thursday, May 1st, Audra Charles must present evidence in order to receive funding for Vibrante, and Summer Newman will encounter two shockers. Since Audra's cosmetics business is an essential component of her strategy to pursue Kyle Abbott, she will press Victor Newman for some funding at Crimson Lights. Victor will suggest a plan in which he deposits seed money into an account with each feasible step toward Kyle's takedown because he won't want to make any offers until Audra makes progress. When Kyle shows up at the coffee shop later, Audra will boast to him about her new business, which she has decided to call Vibrante. Like every other contender who has attempted to challenge Chabot, Kyle will predict Audra's failure despite her confidence. When Victoria Newman walks Cole Howard out to the car at the tack house, he will be so weak that he can hardly stand. Victoria will take Cole to the doctor and promise to alert Claire Newman as soon as she has further information. As Claire travels to Crimson Lights, she will worry about Cole and confront Audra about her nasty behavior. When Audra finally takes off, Claire will have an opportunity to discuss Cole's medical emergency with Kyle. Before the conversation shifts to Audra boasting about Vibrante, Kyle will reassure Claire about Cole. Claire will acknowledge that there is cause for concern if Kyle assumes Victor is supporting the endeavor, as she recently learned that her grandfather is in fact collaborating with Audra. Claire will suspect that Kyle is being targeted, even though she won't be aware of the specifics of the agreement. Later, Kyle will give someone instructions to learn as much as they can about Vibrante over the phone. Kyle will be sure that he already knows who is responsible for this, which is Victor, when he gets down to conduct his own study as well. Michael Baldwin will become defensive about his recent encounter with Jack Abbott while dining with Lauren Fenmore Baldwin at the GCAC. Lauren will lash out at Michael for trying to play both sides as he eventually admits that he was warning Jack about Victor intensifying the feud. Michael will insist Victor won't ever know, but Lauren will believe it will come back to haunt him. Lauren will feel as though he is going to be in the middle of a catastrophe, even though Michael is making an effort to control the situation and prevent the collateral damage. Lauren will therefore encourage Michael to resign from his position in order to prevent the disaster before it's too late. Diane Jenkins Abbott will eventually appear and realize she's interrupted something. By making Diane suspicious of their discussion concerning Jack and Victor, Lauren will put Michael on the position. In the end, Diane will wonder if Michael is more loyal to his friends or to the man who signs his checks before he storms off. Michael will be irritated by Lauren's apparent refusal to see things from his point of view, while she will essentially question the same thing. Victor will shout out for Nikki Newman when he gets back to the ranch and discover that it is deserted. Lauren will undoubtedly not be pleased when Victor texts Michael to tell him that he must meet him right now. Chelsea Lawson will meet with Summer and Sally Spectra at Society on Thursday's program. Chelsea will acknowledge she had a job offer and may be departing Marchetti, despite Summer's exclamations about what a fantastic combination the three of them form. Chelsea will make it clear that another fashion brand is not stealing her, but she won't go into specifics because the agreement isn't finalized yet. Since it would be on brand for Adam Newman to invite Chelsea to work with him at Newman Media, Sally will suspect that he did. Chelsea will propose that Sally may assume the role of creative director, as she previously did, but Summer will be concerned about the devastating blow Marchetti would get if Chelsea left. If Chloe Mitchell is promoted, Chelsea will believe that Sally and Marchetti Z can manage it. Summer will be receptive to the concept, but Sally will later acknowledge that she had a job offer of her own. When Summer learns that she might lose both of her top designers at once, she will be shocked. Stay tuned for more updates on all the corporate drama on The Young and the Restless, as spoilers suggest Marchetti may be going into crisis mode. According to spoilers for The Young and the Restless, 3 characters must leave Victor Newman. Let's talk about the citizens of Genoa City who ought to defend themselves since it might be the only way to achieve peace. 1. Michael. We could start by discussing Michael Baldwin, who is being treated like dirt despite his efforts to assist Victor. Although Victor doesn't see it that way, it's obvious that Michael loves him and wants to protect him from his own worst tendencies. According to his supervisor, Michael's attempts to control Victor's behavior are betraying him. Given that Victor chastises Michael for providing sensible alternatives, perhaps he shouldn't be Michael's boss at all at this point. Given that Michael has been surreptitiously attending meetings with Jack Abbott, there is a possibility that he will be fired. Even if Michael is able to maintain his employment, he could choose to step down and find a more tranquil path. 2. Claire. Another individual who need to leave Victor is Claire Newman, particularly once he executes this scheme with Audra Charles. Victor is going too far with his granddaughter by betraying his pledge to keep Claire and Kyle Abbott's relationship intact. Even while Victor tries to pass it off as protectiveness, Claire might eventually realize that he is just as controlling as Jordan. Victor would benefit by Claire severing her relationship with him, at least temporarily. Distancing herself from her grandfather may be the only option for Claire to reach Victor for the time being, but they could eventually work things out. 3. Audra. Walking away would also be in Audra's best interest because she is making a big mistake by making a bargain with Victor. Given that Victor has burned Audra several times, you would think she would have learned her lesson by now. But Audra is allowing herself to be seduced by a brand new cosmetics company, even if it means using deceit to ruin Kyle and Claire's romance. The issue is that if Nate Hastings finds out what Audra is actually up to, she might be jeopardizing their relationship. When Nate finds out that Audra is trying to break up Claire and Kyle, he could lose it. Furthermore, given Victor's methods, Audra cannot rely on her contract to be as unchangeable as she believes. Since Victor's attorneys are unquestionably superior to Audra's, he might be able to let her go after he's finished taking advantage of her. Audra might be better off leaving Victor for good and pursuing a different line of work unrelated to the Newmans. Seemed to be preparing her for a major collapse in contrast to Audra's assurances that she would succeed in her mission. According to teasers for The Young and the Restless, Victor will continue to dominate Genoa City, but for once, some citizens of GC must rebel against him. Actress Alison Lanier just confirmed her departure from the CBS soap opera as Summer Newman, which brings some depressing news to Genoa City, according to spoilers for The Young and the Restless. All the information is below for SOS. Alison Lanier confirms departure in X post. Lanier announced her departure from The Young and the Restless on X, the platform that was formerly known as Twitter. Actually, later this week she will make her last appearance on the show. She writes, "Hey guys," in her X post. "I've enjoyed the voyage and learned a lot, but it's time to move on in a different direction. This Friday, May 2nd, will be my final episode. I'm extremely appreciative of all VR fans who have helped me. It's unclear if Summer Newman herself will be leaving the canvas, even though Lanier is leaving the character on Friday. Time will tell. What takes place with Summer Newman after this? Given that it's sweeps month, it's unlikely that the YNR wouldn't take advantage of Lanier's leaving by having Summer experience a significant event that would signal the actress's departure. The soap opera might already have a recast in place, but they might also be looking right now, or the show might decide to take a summer hiatus. Summer Newman, who is a legacy character on the program, is the daughter of Phyllis Summers and Nick Newman. From the moment she arrived in GC, she genuinely altered the dynamics of the soap drama. Read this, as fans have watched Summer grow from a baby to a toddler, a teen, a young adult, and eventually a mother in her own right. The newest YNR comings and going Supergirl, as her father lovingly calls her, is a major character on canvas. Naturally, she was also half of Skyle, a significant GC super duo at the time, which included Kyle Abbott. In 2022, Alison Lanier replaced original Summer, played by Hunter King, as Summer Newman.